In the past couple weeks, we learned that EA were going to be bringing along 3 brand new Star Wars games, and that under their umbrella, Respawn Entertainment were going to be doing a Star Wars first-person shooter as one of those 3 games. Now, we only touched on the initial news when this reveal happened. We haven't gone into extensive detail on what these games are going to be, or even could be, because truth be told, guessing what they're all going to be is next to impossible. But there is one of the 3 that has a lot of things falling into place, a lot of things that are a little too convenient to dismiss. So that's why we're doing this video today. EA and Respawn's upcoming FPS. What is it going to be? That's what people want to know, and we have a mountain of evidence pointing toward what this title could potentially be, and it means potentially revisiting the Battlefront franchise sooner than we think. But before we dive into that, we do have a quick sponsor for today's video. This video is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends because I am a YouTuber. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say you guys have heard of Raid Shadow Legends before, but just in case you haven't, Raid is a turn-based RPG for both mobile and PC, and I've got 5 reasons here as to why you should play Raid Shadow Legends. Number 1, you can play solo or you can play with the boys. Number 2, there's an absolutely massive champion roster. Number 3, big boss battles. Take on a ton of enemy bosses that keep you engaged and keep you playing. Number 4, there are a ton of ways to skill your champions up and equip a ton of artifacts. And reason number 5, and perhaps the biggest reason, it is free, and you can't beat free. Now, Raid also has some fresh content dropping this month, a ton of event and tournaments every single day, a Valentine's Day event with a brand new legendary champion, and a fresh rotation of the brutal Hydra boss. Now, to get Raid for yourself, go through the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen. If you do, you'll also land yourself the Champion Aina, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard, which is going to help you summon some champions as soon as you start playing. All of these goodies will be waiting for you right here in your inbox. Rewards will only be available for the next 30 days and only for new players. So a massive thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and making me an official YouTuber. But now, back to it. Now obviously, take all of this with a grain of salt. Everything in this video, it is speculation at the end of the day, no matter how damning some of the evidence may be, and how likely it all seems. But I have to put that disclaimer out there to begin the video. So what is this FPS that has everyone excited? What's it gonna be? Well, I and a lot of people think it's actually going to be a Battlefront game, more specifically a Battlefront spin-off centered around Inferno Squad. So no, unfortunately not a Battlefront 3, that's the one we all want, we know that, but if it was a Battlefront 3, I'd assume industry insiders would be all over it by now and we'd have heard something. Now there are some people that believe that this game could be a new game like Republic Commando from 2005, like a sequel to that, which was a fan favorite. That's absolutely possible, but I think we are without a doubt onto something here with this spin-off situation. Now, Inferno Squad were a special forces unit for the Empire. The squad consisted of Iden Versio, Gideon Hask, and Del Meeko. Now, the Battlefront 2 campaign, you know it, it had its moments. Overall though, it played it a little bit safe. It was extremely predictable, but the cutscenes, at the worst, were really enjoyable to watch. The acting was good, the motion capture was good, but the story and gameplay left a little to be desired. But there is still a lot of potential there with these characters. Now, just over a year ago in January, there was a lot happening and hinting toward the actors and storytellers potentially revisiting Inferno Squad in some way. And a Reddit user managed to gather everything we knew about this and throw it into one Reddit forum. Now, we have covered this Reddit forum about a year ago now, so not long after it came out. But obviously here we are 1 year later, there has been more teasers as of late and the confirmation that EA are in fact working on a new FPS, which of course we didn't know back then. So we've got a lot more stuff to go off now to help connect the dots, and it looks pretty convenient the way things are lining up. So we'll recap the events that are leading these suspicions, so strap in. So what was going on was Battlefront 2 actors had been all working together in motion capture and voice acting. And people had speculated that this was for a Battlefront 3 or some kind of future Inferno Squad content. The 3 actors that had seemingly been working together were Yanina Gavankar, who played Iden Versio, Anthony Scorti, who played Admiral Garrick Versio, and TJ Ramini, who played Del Miko. Now, Yanina Gavankar posted a ton of stuff on Twitter of her working in mocap in Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles is very, very important here. And in that same time span, Anthony Scorti posted a picture of him doing some voiceover and mocap in the same week that Yanina did. He also went on to like a tweet that was asking if he was working on Star Wars. And it is worth noting that a tweet of Anthony doing mocap was deleted shortly after it was posted. And further posts that month from Anthony showed him to also be in Los Angeles. So Yanina and Anthony were both in LA at the same time doing motion capture. But that of course could all be coincidence. But here is where it gets a little bit interesting. TJ Ramini also started to post pictures of himself working in motion capture in the same time frame. In later tweets, he was also proven to be in Los Angeles. And TJ and Anthony even shared some love to each other, expressing how good it was to work with each other again, but they of course couldn't reveal what it was. But judging off one of TJ's tweets, we know for a fact that he was working on a game. So that means that TJ, Yanina, and Anthony were all in Los Angeles at the same time, all working on motion capture, with two of them publicly announcing that they were working together and on a game specifically. Now, given what we know now, Respawn are working on this first-person shooter. Now, where are Respawn located? That would be Sherman Oaks in, you guessed it, Los Angeles. Coincidence? Possibly, but it's awfully convenient to not at least give this some attention. Now, once people started piecing things together, TJ decided to play with people even further by tweeting out himself in mocap with a thumbs up. And there were several interactions when it comes to these actors and a man by the name of Mitch Dyer with a lot of cryptic back and forth messages. Now, Mitch Dyer, who is he? Well, he's the guy that wrote the Battlefront 2 campaign, so that just added even more fuel to the fire, especially with the way that they were talking about it. And from what I can tell, most of those tweets have been deleted. If I can find them, I will put them on screen, but just don't count on it. So there is a lot of things that are just falling into place awfully conveniently. It was absolutely a tinfoil hat theory for a long time, but as more and more time has passed and we're starting to find out more and more about future Star Wars games, you know, who's making them, the time frame of their development, where they're located, it's all coming together. Now, this by no means confirms that this is the first-person shooter in question. This is a theory at the end of the day, but it's a theory that, you know, it's got some stuff backing it up, and the further we go, the more likely it seems to be unfolding into the truth. So again, take all of this with a grain of salt, make up your own mind, and let me know what you think in the comments. Now, personally, like I said, I think there is absolutely something here. I do believe that this Inferno Squad Battlefront spin-off, whatever they end up calling it, if it does come true, I think this is it. There is just too much that's conveniently in place with this. Now, on the other hand, does that mean that I want it to be true? Not really. I would much rather see them dive into a Republic Commando game or some form of online Star Wars first-person shooter, because that's something that Star Wars games really does need. We've got single-player games coming out the wazoo over the next few years. There needs to be some sort of online FPS or something. But let me know down in those comments what you all think of this. Would you rather see the Inferno Squad spin-off or something else? Let me know. And remember to check out Raid Shadow Legends through the link in the description, and keep an eye out on the channel as I will be updating my upcoming Star Wars games videos I posted last year, as a lot has changed since then, to put it lightly. But that is going to do it for me today. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll catch you all in the next one.